Are you looking for a versatile programming language that can help you achieve your career goals? Look no further than Python. As a programming language that can help you land a high-paying job, Python serves as a great option. The Knowledge Academy provides you with the best opportunity to learn and implement Python through these free tutorials. So happy coding!
Today, we are going to learn the basics of Python, so let's get straight into it. Syntax and its implementation. Python is an interpreted programming language. This means that as a developer, you write python.py files in a text editor and then put those files into the Python interpreter to be executed. To test a short amount of code in a Python, sometimes it is quickest and easiest not to write the code in a file. This is made possible because Python can be run as a command line itself. Comments. Python comments are annotation within the code that are ignored by the interpreter during execution. They serve as explanatory notes to enhance code clarity and documentation. Comments elucidate complex logic, provide context, or disable specific code temporarily. Using the hash symbol, comments can be a single line or span multiple lines using triple quotes. Effective commenting fosters collaboration, simplifies code maintenance, and aids future understanding, making it an essential practice for writing clean and comprehensible Python programs. Now, why do we use comments? To explain Python codes. Comments serve as a linguistic bridge between the programmer's intent and the actual code. They provide insights to the logic, purpose, and reasoning behind specific code segments. When code is shared or reviewed, comments offer a roadmap for understanding complex algorithms, making it easier for others to follow your thought process. For instance, comments can intricate calculations, outline decision-making branches, or describe the functionality of custom functions to make the code more readable. Clear, well-structured code is essential for collaboration and long-term maintenance. Comments play a role in enhancing code readability by breaking down complex procedures, highlighting key steps, or providing context to variable names. Meaningful comments help developers quickly grasp the code's functionality without the need to decipher every line. They act as signposts guiding readers through the code base, enabling efficient debugging and facilitating seamless code updates. To prevent execution when testing code. During the development process, you may want to temporarily disable specific code segments for testing or debugging purposes. By adding comments to those sections, you effectively prevent their execution without the need to delete or modify the code itself. This allows you to isolate and focus on specific parts of your program, ensuring that changes do not affect other components. It's a valuable technique for pinpointing errors and experimenting with different approaches without altering entire code base. Types of comments. Single line comments. Single line comments in Python are annotations that provide insights to a specific line of code or its purpose. Denoted by the hash symbol, these comments are placed at the end of a line and are ignored by the interpreter during the execution. They are ideal for adding quick explanation, clarifications, or reminders within the code. Single line comments are valuable for enhancing code readability by describing the functions of variables, indicating the purpose of particular code block, or even temporarily disabling code for testing or debugging purposes. Their brevity makes them suitable for concise documentation that aids both developers and reviewers for understanding code's nuances. Multi-line comments. Multi-line comments, often referred to as block comments, are used to provide more comprehensive explanation or document larger sections of code. These comments are enclosed within the triple quotation marks, which allows them to span multiple lines. While they are not official Python comment syntax, they are widely used for their ability to cover substantial code blocks without requiring a hash symbol for each line. Multi-line comments are invaluable for elaborating on the purpose of functions, classes, or complex algorithms. Variables. In Python, variables are symbolic names used to store and manage data values within a program. They act as placeholders, allowing developers to manipulate and reference data in a dynamic and organized manner. Each variable is associated with a specific data type, such as numbers, string, or complex structures like lists or objects, which determines the kind of data it can hold. Variables provide a means of abstraction, enabling programmers to work with meaningful names rather than raw data values. This enhances code readability, comprehension, and maintainability as it becomes easier to discern the purpose and context of the stored data. Variable values can be assigned, updated, and utilized in calculations or operations throughout the program's execution. Python variables adhere to a dynamically typed nature, allowing them to change data types during runtime. This flexibility offers convenience but also requires vigilance to ensure proper data handling. By skillfully leveraging variables, programmers can recreate adaptable, efficient, and expressive code, enabling the manipulation of data in a manner that aligns with the logic and the goals of the program. What are its rules? It must start with a letter or the underscore character. Python variables must begin with the letter, uppercase or lowercase, or an underscore. They can be followed by letters, numbers, or underscores. This rule ensures that variables have meaningful names and can be easily distinguished from other elements in the code. It cannot start with a number. Variables cannot start with a numerical digit. The rule prevents confusion between variable names and numeric literals, maintaining code clarity and readability. However, numbers can follow the initial letter or underscore in a variable names. Python allows you to assign values to multiple variables in a one line. Python supports multiple assignment, where values can be assigned to multiple variables simultaneously using a single line of code. This feature streamlines code and simplifies assignments, enhancing efficiency and compactness. Are case sensitive, like age, and age are three different variables. Python treats variables as case sensitive entities. This means that variables with different letter cases, such as this example, age, and age, are considered distinct variables. Careful attention to letter case is essential to avoid errors and maintain accurate variable references. It cannot be any of the Python keywords. Python keywords are reserved words that hold specific meanings and functionalities within the language. Variables cannot share names with these keywords, as it could lead to ambiguity and conflicts in code interpretation. Using Python's official keywords as variable names is disallowed. Data types. So what are data types? In Python, data types define the nature and characteristics of values and variables can hold. They specify how the computer interprets and manipulates data, enabling precise handling and operations. Python encompasses fundamental data types such as integers, whole numbers, floating point numbers, decimal numbers, and strings. These core data types provide the building blocks for more complex structures like lists, tuples, dictionaries, sets. Each data type influences how data is stored, displayed, and processed, thereby determining the permissible operations and behaviors associated with the values. By utilizing appropriate data types, programmers ensure accurate computations, effective data manipulation, and optimized memory usage, contributing to reliability and efficiency of Python programs. String data type. Strings represent sequences of characters and are used for storing and manipulating textual data such as names, sentences, and document content. Numeric data types like int, float, and complex. Integers are whole numbers used for counting and basic arithmetic. Floating point numbers include decimals essential for precise calculations. Complex numbers have real and imaginary parts, vital for mathematical computations. Sequence data types like list, tuples, and range. Lists are ordered collection of items suitable for dynamic data storage. Tuples are similar to lists but immutable, often used for unchangeable data. Ranges represent sequences of numbers useful for iterations and loops. Mapping type. Dictionaries store key value pairs, facilitating efficient data retrieval and structured data management. Set types like set or frozen set. Sets hold unique elements enabling membership testing and set operations. Frozen sets are immutable sets, ensuring data integrity and hashability. Boolean type. Booleans have truth values, true or false, crucial for logical operations and decision making. Binary data types like bytes, byte array, memory view. Bytes hold binary data important for file handling and network communication. Byte array mutable bytes are allowing modification to binary data. Memory views provide a way to access internal memory of objects like arrays. None type data type. None represents the absence of a value, often used for initializing or indicating lack of meaningful results. Do not forget to pause the screen and take a screenshot or a note. Python numbers. Python numbers support standard mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The language's dynamic typing allows seamless conversion between number types, enhancing flexibility. Python's extensive math libraries provides advanced functions and constant for trigonometry, logarithms, and more. Numbers play a crucial role in scientific computing, data analysis, financial modeling, and various other applications. By mastering the intricacies of Python numbers, programmers gain the ability to manipulate and process numerical data accurately, facilitating the creation of sophisticated and reliable software solutions. Python numbers are fundamental data types used for representing numerical values within programs. Python supports various categories of numbers, like integers. Integers are whole numbers, both positive and negative, without decimal points. They are used for counting, indexing, and performing arithmetic operations. Floating point numbers. Floating point numbers encompass decimal fractions, enabling precise representation of real numbers. These are essential for mathematical calculations involving accuracy and precision. Complex numbers. Complex numbers consist of both real and imaginary components, expressed as a plus bj, where a is the real part, b is the imaginary part. They are employed in fields like engineering and physics. Casting and strings. Casting is also known as type conversions, refers to the process of changing the data type of a variable from one form to another. Python allows explicit casting, enabling transformation between compatible data types, like converting an integer to a float or vice versa. This ensures data compatibility and facilitates operation where different data types need to interact. Strings are sequences of characters enclosed in a single or double quotes. They represent textual data and are used extensively for text manipulation and display. Python offers powerful string handling capabilities, allowing concatenation, slicing, formatting, and various string-specific operations. Strings can be cast to other data types like integers or floats if the string content represents a valid value of that type. There, you have it. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update.